All right, hey, it's Mike here for Underground Video Network's Behind the Counter. In this episode, I'm going to kind of keep it kind of brief, but hey, comic books, still read them, and I got some ones that I really recommend for you, so stay tuned. Welcome back, everybody, to Behind the Counter. I'm Mike. It's been a little while since I got a chance to really talk about some comic books. You know, we've been so focused on, the movies and the TV and everything, that there were some that here in the last month or so that have really come to my attention that I needed to share. The first one right off the bat just came out this week, and I picked my copy up at Alter Ego Comic Books in Lime, Ohio, which, once again, they've been so gracious to let us use their facility, was The Adventures of the Superboys. The Super Sons, I'm sorry, The Adventures of the Super Sons. Man, I was so happy to see this book. When Super Sons came out, which is a story of Damian Wayne, Robin, and Jonathan Clark Kent, Superboy, their adventures together, I loved the book. I really did. It was one of my favorite reads. Those two characters individually are some of my favorite characters. Together, they are amazing. A few months ago, we saw the final, I always say the episode, the final issue, and I was so heartbroken. But they're back, and I'm going to be honest with you, because, I'm holding a book and I'm here at the store. I haven't read it yet. Shh. But I flipped through it. It looks amazing. I can't wait to read this one. Another one I would like to recommend is Mark Millar's The Magic Order. This one snuck up on me. I picked up the first issue because it looked interesting. It's on my pull list now. The best way, and I'm underselling it when I say this, the best way I can describe the Magic Order is an R-rated, for adults, Harry Potter book. The concept is magic is real, and there is an order that's out there to protect it, and a shadow sect of magic users is picking them off one by one to obtain more and more power. Visually very stunning. The story so far is great. Really recommend this one. And I have a couple, not so much reviews as I'm a little sad. I've seen a couple of my favorite books end. One a little bit more than others. I've talked about this book before. I Hate Fairyland by Skottie Young has been one of my end-all, beat-all favorite books in the last few years. It tells the story of a little Gert here who's whisked away to Fairyland like any young, lady would love. And she's tasked with a little quest. She gets a key and she goes home. The problem is she's not very good at it, and she's stuck there for 30 years. Now keep in mind, she's been there for 30 years. She's still trapped in the body of a child, but she has the mentality of a 40-year-old. And what that does to a person's emotional and psychological, she goes nuts. The artwork just is astounding. It really captures the idea of a fairyland. Everything's so bright and colorful. The moon has a face. But she's just a little terror. She's done. She's had it. She wants the hell out of this place, and she will do anything to do it. One of the nice little things I always mention to people is there's no swearing in this book, but they get around that. Like, you muffin fluffer and stuff like that. And over the last few weeks, I got to read the very last episode. The very last issue, and it was the last issue. It wrapped up the story very well. I don't want to spoil it for anybody because I really hope you go out and read it. And if you get a chance to, like here at Alter Ego Comics in Lime, Ohio, you can pick up the trades and get caught up. The other one was Saga. Oh, man. By Fiona Staples and Brian Vaughan. I have been a die-hard Saga fan since issue 1. It is an amazing story. Hard to describe. Definitely an adult book. But it takes the concept of Romeo and Juliet, two lovers from families or worlds that are at war and find each other, and this was the last issue for at least, they say, a year. As any good diehard Saga fans knows, that that the creators have taken breaks from here and there, little vacations, but they have officially announced that this is the last book for at least a year. And if you are a fan and you haven't got a chance to read this yet, prepare yourself. No spoilers, but when I got to the very end of the book, even I was like, what just happened? So, those are some of my favorite books right now. For anybody out there watching, if there's any books that you really like and you want us to know about, or maybe what we haven't read that you want us to read, drop us a line. You can find us here on Facebook. Just undergroundvideonetbook.com is the whole hub of where you can find us all on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all that jazz. So, thanks for watching.